as a poet and storyteller, as the poet of the human experience, Poetry Volume 1, available on Amazon, first of many, as the author of future novels, that I'm going to get on here and I'm going to tell you about, because that's what I'm doing with my daily writing talks. As a guy who has a cat, she's just sitting here enjoying her water out of the faucet. This is what we do. Yeah, isn't that right, baby? This is what we do. We have fun. We show you my cat. We talk about things I love, including writing. I got a hair on the screen. Hold on. Bloop. That's the way it goes. Look, I'm going to keep it short right now. I love medieval fantasy. Lord of the Rings, grew up on it. I'm a big adventure guy in medieval fantasy. I know some people like the magic and the politics, and I think any story needs the magic and the politics if it's medieval fantasy, because you have to make it as realistic as possible. You have to immerse people in a realistic world that's as human, as emotional as possible based on reality. My cat sneezes because she's having too much water from the faucet. Anyway, this is what I'm here for. Talk about this stuff. Medieval fantasy is amazing because it's adventure, but it's also humanity. It's magic, but it's also humanity. It's science fiction even, but it's also humanity. It's a little bit of everything, and you can incorporate aspects of murder mystery, romance, like detective novels. I think you can do so much with medieval fantasy, and I don't think you motherfuckers get it. See that vein right there? That's how into it I'm getting. Follow, subscribe, join this shit. What are y'all waiting on? I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the door. The door is real, because that's fantasy. That's right, Rainey. Show him your asshole. That's right. Tell him what it's about. I'm going to keep talking. See, medieval fantasy is amazing because, you have all these different components, and you've got this character development paired with the story development. See? Beautiful. Isn't it great? Doesn't it sound like I know what I'm talking about? I get it. This video is chaos. It was interrupted by my cat being up here wanting water from the faucet, but it's still going to be a video I post because I believe in posting everything I do, and I'm not going to do second takes. Why? Because I have too much to do. I have novels to write. I have things to work on. Now, I will say with medieval fantasy, I'm more of an adventure-based medieval fantasy person. Like Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, George R. R. Martin, if anyone is familiar with those universes, he kind of has a mix of politics and magic in his. It's not as much adventure-based. If you know Lord of the Rings, both the Peter Jackson trilogy and the books themselves, then you're a little more, by J.R.R. Tolkien, you're a little more familiar with the conceptual understanding of, I feel like, adventure, the hero's journey, of those types of things. I'm more like that, though I do agree with George R. R. Martin's, use of politics and real-world medieval history to kind of allow the reader to more easily feel like this world is real, that it's not a fantasy world, that these characters aren't just, it's all not just make-believe, you know what I mean? So I do believe in that, though I have a medieval fantasy trilogy that I'm working on. If you've seen my other videos, you can go back and watch them, and you'll hear more about that. I want it to be a little more adventure-based in its themes, just because that's why I love medieval fantasy. I don't watch medieval fantasy so I can get politics and feel like I'm seeing real-world shit played back at me. I want, The Princess Bride. I want these types of vibes for my medieval fantasy. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I think this is a good place to stop with this video. Weekly, maybe more than that. Y'all let me know in the comments. Buy my book, comment, follow, subscribe, whatever social media platform you're on. Let me know you're there. I love you guys. I do it for y'all because I want to connect with y'all. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think of my material. Tell me ways that y'all think I could improve even. I love all of it. I love interacting. I love the community. And I just want to form my own community online with writing and storytelling and poetry. So hit the subscribe button. Hit the follow button. Let me know.